Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Melinda's gonna model here, guys. Now, guys, I just got a comment. The person's like, what the F-U-C-K, I can't say it on YouTube. They're like, what the, you're a guy. It's surprising, I know, I look like a real woman. It's surprising. I'm very shocking to look at. So people are very taken aback. But I mean, I'm married to a woman, but I'm in an open relationship, so I'm looking for men and women. Um, but I really feel that you know, very convincing as a girl. I look super good. Like most people would not know that I'm actually a guy. I look like a real woman. It's crazy, I know. So this person just totally reacts. And I'm not sure if it was a negative thing or a positive thing. I think maybe they'd be shocked, but it might be positive. But I think they were probably just like, you're not really a woman. But for me, I don't date as Melina, so it's not like which I mean, I really feel for transgender people that have that reaction where they might be trying to date someone and that person's like, you're a guy, no way. That's obviously very hard to deal with, and that's why I'm more than happy to announce that I'm on the side of transgender people. I'm on the side of with sex changes and people that are transgender because I know it must be very difficult to deal with. Now, I know you see me as Melina, so you think maybe I'm like that, but I don't date as Melina. But the reason why I'm so supportive about it is because it really must be challenging. There are those that get dates easily, that do find men very easily, or women if that's what they want. They date all the time. They're trans. They always meet people. They have no issues. Maybe even people would consider them SLUT because they find someone so easily. But and there are those people like that find people very very easily and have no problems in the dating world whatsoever. But I like to advocate for those that feel like, hey, you know what? It's really challenging. The last person I said I was transgender to was so rude to me, and they were shocked and they didn't like it, and they wanted me to be a girl, and they were really disappointed that I wasn't. That kind of thing. I I surely do it out of the kindness of my heart. I honestly don't date as Melina. I totally should. I know I look very good. I totally don't date as Melina. It's not something that I'm into whatsoever. But out of the kindness of my heart, because I know how important these girls that are trans, or these people that are trans, even with women that are trans, I know how hard it must be to have someone say to you, you're not, oh my God. But like I said, and that's the initial stages, right? Because I really do think that a lot of trans people have the potential to date a lot of people. I really feel they have a lot of potential to find the right person, guy or girl that's trans, because I've seen it. And actually, there's one person that comes to mind that's trans. It's actually a woman who wants to be a man. She has she's a total female, but she looks like a man. She looks like a bodybuilder guy. Like she's huge. She looks really strong, and she looks like if you're looking for guys and you saw her, you wouldn't know she was a woman. You would not know. And she dates like so much. She's always finds a new guy. She's always with new guys over and over again. She constantly finds guys. She's very much a typical uh, guy. I mean, typical guy. And she finds men very easily. So for her, this video is for her to enjoy, but it's not for her to worry about the being comfortable with herself. She's finding men very easily. She has so many men. I've seen her date a lot. Like she's always dating someone new. So she's always so popular. And she doesn't date women. She doesn't date women. She just dates men. And so, you're like, well, why would you go out of your way to make sure people that are trans that maybe worried about coming out or worried about finding someone or worried about this and that, why are you so nice to them? Why do you always try to be very good to them? Because for me, I like to make sure no one commits suicide. I like to make sure people are not suicidal. I like to make sure everyone thrives in life. And it's just something I enjoy talking about. I really want to make sure people don't commit suicide. And and you're like thinking, well, you know, you're like, well, why would you worry about that? And it's because I just think, and the thing, like I said, if you saw this trans girl, and I've seen a lot of guys that dress up as women that date a lot too, it's common. But you see these people dressed up as or that totally look the part of the opposite gender, and you're like, well, you see how they're thriving, and you just think, well, what about those that may have a bad background, or maybe live in a rough neighborhood, or have a hard time meeting people, or people that are very, that have a hard time finding love, or maybe people that don't ever find love, or maybe people that are really suicidal because they think they're the only ones. It's crazy, but I find that I'm very much an advocate for people not committing suicide. I really think it's important that people don't do it because it really is something that you have to really and the thing is, I really want people to like be positive and be happy. It's funny because those same people, once they find a lot of dates or they know how to get past the first part where they're not dating anyone, they find a lot of dates, they get out there, they meet people, they're very popular, and so once they get there, they're not going to need any help, and they're not going to be suicidal, and they're going to feel good. But I'm just kind of like a person that wants, you know, I hate seeing people die of suicide. For some reason, I have a strong passion against it. I really feel like it's not necessary. I really feel like there's so many people that would care about you if you just let them. I really feel that and the thing is, the people that commit suicide are usually the ones that wouldn't hurt a fly, and they wouldn't treat people badly, and they wouldn't play games, and they've always had a genuine heart, and they always want people to feel like um, that they were important, but they don't necessarily feel that way. So, and they're the ones that, like, there's criminals that do crime after crime and don't care, don't bother, don't really care. They want people to suffer. They just do whatever. They feel free. They're dating and living lives and enjoying their lives. They're abusive, there's people like that. And there's people like this where they're just like not happy and they want to die and they don't feel good and they don't feel good enough. And I'm not just talking trans here. I'm talking about people that shouldn't have to commit suicide no matter who they are. It's really something to see someone thriving and enjoying life, and you really want to make sure people get to that point. And in order to do that, you do a bunch of videos for them to see that they can get there. And once they're there, maybe they won't even watch your videos like this, or maybe they'll watch your fun videos instead. All right, darlings, bye.